Alright, let's start again. Made another 15 turns. I realize I'm going pretty slow at the beginning here, but a lot is happening in the beginning of the game, and I'm doing lots of explanations, so bear with me. It'll speed up as I, go faster along the lines of the game being less explanatory and stuff. Anyhow, I left you guys in winter, so you're going to get to see what winter's all about. With this common frontier, we note your interest in growing your empire. As long as you remain peaceful neighbors, we see no reason to take any action. Good to know. So this guy's trusting because I'm peaceful. And he's like, happy to just let me sort of sit over here. Now, I'll note that different AI will react differently depending on what type of, AI they are. The Draken, they don't really care too much if you expand near them. But, say the Necrophages, who I've yet to find. If you find a Necrophages, they're like, ooh, you're fat. I like to attack fat people. Get fatter so I can attack you. Some other races are like that too. Okay, so we're basically in winter time, and that basically changes stuff around a little bit. Basically, my units get a little bit slower. I get a little bit less production-wise, capable of doing stuff. And for the next 1 to 13 turns, it'll be winter time. So let's get going. Let's march over here. March right there. That's all my movement points, because that's basically all the movement points I had. Now, something to note, by the way, is that I didn't really note this before, but this this area, it basically has these defeated Islas 1 towns. It's worth knowing you can rebuild these, and they can be basically as a part of your empire once you basically destroy them and raise them back up again. So I can rebuild the Islas 1s right here at some point. For now, I'm going to work on the mill foundry, which is more important because it gives me more production, but gaining Islas 1s will be important to do too at some point. Basically, how my villages work. And we're in Era 2. Cool. Age of Glory. And those guys running around my territory, that's kind of annoying, but whatever. But yes, Era 2. I basically have better armor. I have newly trained units that'll be level 2, and they cost more. Watchtower Foundation revealed. Empire plan level 2 for the Empire plans. Alright, well, I can get Empire, I can go let's just blah blah blah. At this point, I can basically research Era 2 stuff, basically because I've researched 9 technologies here. Now, here's something to note. Basically with Age 3, this era has not been unlocked. None of the continents are available for research. You must complete additional research projects in the previous era to unlock this one. How this works basically for this one right here is if I basically unlock, I think it is 9 techs again from both of these eras, I'll unlock this era as well. So I can research in this one, or I can go back to researching this one to basically unlock the text for this one. So first of all, let's see what I got here. Basically, I have deep generator here, harnessing the mighty power of the town's fires of deep, filter, backup, duration, blah blah. All right, so these are basically really cool things to get, but I need to get lots of industry or strategic resources built before I can really worry about it. Basically, there's lots of basically you have to decide a little bit about what you're sort of gonna do for planning out your tech tree and such in this game. Because I don't have any connecting lines, all these techs are basically I have to sort of pit against one against another and what I want to get first. Right here, I could get peace trees of the Draken and the Alaria if I want to, but the Draken will probably get this first, so I don't really worry about that too much. This lets me build roads. Roads are of course useful for speeding up movement between your empire. The Titan here let me get a better unit. Of this stuff here, I think the central market might be worth getting because it's really useful for this glass steel research, and also gets me more, you know, happiness, which is always useful. I may also want to go for like some of this stuff over here, because this can also be useful. This stuff over here. Let's see here. I guess we'll go for the central market first. There's also native districts. So I'll get into like this stuff later, but essentially you can basically assimilate people into like your empire, and I could like assimilate the island ones for now, for example, and that'd be very beneficial. And it basically give me like, you know, plus approval rating for each one of these guys I assimilate, and it takes like, you know, again, influence for all the diplomatic stuff. And in this case, we can sort of assimilate these guys into my empire, and you'll see what that's all about when I get to it. I'm pretty happy. Probably because I'm using wine. 100% fervent. Probably want to build this next. Now, I'll note that this game, it sort of picks up a little bit from what Endless Space was doing with its military units. Something to note is that you can basically sort of train these guys to be like, you know, better equipped as time goes on. Kind of like you could in like Endless Space. And you basically have like, you know, different tiers of like weapons and such that you can basically equip these guys with. For example, this guy here, I could equip him with a crossbow and like a better shield. So these are like the tier 2 shields as opposed to the tier 1s. This guy was using before, so reset changes. This guy was using like the tier 1 stuff here, which basically is 9 attack and like 4 defense and, you know, 1 initiative. There's like all the stats over here, by the way. So you basically have like life, attack, initiative, speed, defense, and damage. I can put like better stuff on him, and I'll basically boost it up a little bit so he gets a little bit more damage, more attack, more initiative, more defense, more health. I could give him better armor. Now, note by the way, as you like get him better stuff, it basically gets more costly to produce these guys. But it's better to have, you know, better units, you know, in the long run usually. So it makes up for it somewhat. So there's the redesigned Marine 2. That's going to be my range guy. Here's the Dawn Officer. I didn't really build any of these guys yet, but they're basically cavalry. And I realize these guys are foot soldiers, but, you know, basically this game, it basically defines cavalry as being anyone who basically moves, like, really far. So troops that can charge from afar to attack. This guy basically has high movement speed. Or, you know, higher movement speed than normal. And if I want to, I could give him a big giant battle axe to charge into a forthwith into battle. So that basically gives him more initiative of what this like big axe does for him, and also gives him more damage. He has charge here, which basically means he gets more attack if the unit moves, and it basically gets more attack per movement point spent. He's faster, he gets more battle movement. We'll give him this stuff. And there's my redesigned guys there. I'll have to build more of those guys at some point, but for now we'll, you know, worry about it later. I'll note that you can also upgrade these guys, retrofit them, so they basically have the better, like, you know, equipment. And same if your hero, you can also retrofit her equipment so she has the better equipment as well. But you can only do that if you're in a territory, like, of your territory. So I have to, you know, explore around a little bit more before I can get back to my territory. So we're not going to do that just yet. Right, so this is Delver territory. Let's see here. Alright, let's go like this. Alright, so there's basically what this land looks like over here. This is a really good piece of land right here. It's basically got 4 anomalies right next to each other over here. And even though none of them are approval rating, they're all going to boost up my, like, you know, output. So this would be like a great place to turn into a city real quick. Now, I'll note that I sort of was like, you know, telling a little bit about this before. Depending on like your faction, some factions are better to expand really fast, while others aren't really good to expand really fast. The Eulalia are, for example, are like a faction that can't really expand very fast because they have higher disapproval rating for like each new city you get. And basically, you'll note, as you basically expand, you basically get something called expansion disapproval received from each additional city you basically get. For like the Vultures here, I'm basically getting -10 for having like a Rindell over here built. And if I build another city, I'll get more expansion disapproval, which would basically hurt my approval rating more. If I was basically playing as Elai, I'd actually have higher expansion disapproval. So it actually basically hurts them to basically expand fast really early on, until they can basically get stuff to overset that. The Draken are pretty good expanding, so they can expand pretty fast, as you can see right there. And I'll probably expand too into like these places over here when I get the chance, but we'll build up some improvements first, and then we'll do that. Alright, so Cold War does not advance our mission, so there you go. As I said before, this guy's going to go for peace because he's Draken. Something I know about the Draken, because this guy sees and is able to talk to everyone in the game immediately, these guys are actually geared towards diplomatic victories. And this guy's actually going to try to aim for a diplomatic victory as fast as he possibly can. So how he's going to do that, basically he's going to try and get like peacefulness with all like the factions he can and alliances with them as well. Alright, so right now he's offering me peace, and as you can see, he's like, you know, getting a lot from doing this. If possible, I want to trade for him a little bit for stuff. And he's actually doing really well. Let's get diplomatic advances so I can actually get peace treaties as well. So, now note something in here. This guy, he's basically going to pay 20 influence in order to basically get a peace treaty with me. I'm paying 40 influence in order to get this from him. So, how influence works, you basically pay influence to basically do stuff in this game. And it's like sort of like, you know, a give and take type of thing. So, if he wants something, he has to pay influence for it. If I want something, I have to pay influence for it. And this is like sort of like an inbuilt way to prevent, you know, you from going crazy and giving like some weak guy a whole lot of technology and stuff like that, or giving money and stuff like that. Basically, it really hurts you to try and like, you know, get stuff unless like you're like, you know, geared to getting more influence. So we're just gonna make this counter offer and we'll get diplomatic advance and get this done. So I'll note that I have 1 influence now left over from that, but we're now allied to this guy. Now, how this basically works with the diplomatic tree and such. Basically, when you're like getting into peace with people, it provides 2 diplomatic points per turn. So diplomatic points, as you can basically see at the bottom of that like little box there, you basically get that per turn for every like person who's in peace with you. Alliance gives you basically 3 or 4 rather. Cold War basically gives you 1. War gives you 1. But anyhow, basically getting to peace basically means this guy gets more diplomatic points. And if you go to like the score screen, F10 by the way for those who were wondering how I got here so fast. Diplomatic basically is like, you know, this thing over here. So this guy, Pakuku, the Draken guy, he's basically going to try and get alliances and other stuff with people so that basically he can get more diplomatic points and get a diplomatic victory in the long run. And as you can see from here, this guy's expanding quite well, so he's basically got a higher expansion score. He's got 3 cities as opposed to our 2 over here, just me and the Alawi. And I didn't realize this, but apparently I've got enough resources to use this as a holy resource. So here's something about how the developers use their holy resource, and I didn't really figure this out until I read about it basically. But basically they can use their strategic resources to like have like these like sort of like boosters. Kind of like how I did with this thing. Basically you store up enough of this stuff in order to boost this up to get a bonus for it. When I basically use this, I actually get more money for my cities if I basically activate this. And because it's early on right now, it's actually beneficial for me to do so. So we'll do that so I can basically, you know, keep producing other stuff basically for the moment. Now I basically got 12 turns before I have to like, you know, do this stuff over here again at some point. You know, think about, after we get this, we're going to go for this over here, which is basically influence building. And that'll be really good to get, so we'll get that going. Apparently someone killed this guy, so that quest has now failed. But oh well. I wasn't actually going for it, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, more mountains there. Now, as you can basically see, I basically explored all the way down to this corner over here. So I'm probably going to take this guy up to like this corner of the map over here. And we'll try and deal with this Tektite army that's going in my, you know, my area. We'll upgrade these guys, get better equipment. Go from there. Though I'll note they cost a lot to retrofit guys, so there's that too. In all honesty, it really sucks that I lost one of my Marines early on, and winter's done. So summer's returned. Summer's returned to Ur, making everything lush and green. An altar of Ur expansion has been built in your empire to allow you to affect the winter effects by spending pearls. So basically, I built something. We'll worry about that in a moment. But yeah, I basically built an altar of whatever stuff. And you're trying to pillage me. You're trying to pillage my emerald extractor, you bastard! Yeah, this is something that you can actually do, by the way. You can actually pillage people in this game. So, these barbarians are trying to pillage me. And apparently we got some delvers down here, or dredges, basically. Those are dwarves. Alright, so as you can see, I got more movement points now. I went up to 6 movement points from, like, the, 3 that I was using in winter, so we can move a lot faster now. I think we're just going to book it all the way over here as fast as possible. Ooh. Now, wasn't really explaining this, but on the map, you'll notice like just these like white circles. White circles usually indicate that basically these are pearls, and you can actually pick up pearls for basically a bonus. You can use them to build special buildings. This is actually something that basically came about as like the new expansion that came out recently. Basically what the new expansion did, it basically introduced these guys up here, the Eulalia, as a new faction you can play. And it also, on top of that, like introduced pearls, which are basically a new mechanism for like playing the game with. So if I go to these things, I can pick them up. And you see like your pearls are basically featured down here, and basically this stuff is like, dealt with like pearls over here and such. It gets more important for like the Eulalia, but for other guys there's some benefits to having pearls as well, so there's that. We'll move over here, we'll get this next time. And as you can see over here, by the way, notice how it's like 1 to 13. It was basically saying, at the start, like, a few turns ago, and like how long winter was. This 15 to 35 means how long the summer will be. So between 15 and 35 turns, it'll be summer again. So that's how long it'll be until summer hits. Now, I'll note that like certain factions, like the Eulalia and the Forgotten who we are playing with these guys these guys can tell exactly when winter's going to hit or when summer's going to hit, because they're basically tuned to like the wilderness, so they can know when it's going to happen. And there's ways to basically reduce like the the sort of like prediction chance on like how long it'll be until winter happens. But basically right now, like as like this early game, you don't really have a whole lot to basically go on how long it'll be until summer hits or winter hits. All right, you are going to go here. Now I'm going to try to make this guy move up to here really fast to hit this guy. I'm going to have like the militia again to help me out, but this guy's going to be in an army, so it'll be fine to do that. I'll get this pearl on the way too. Alright, move! And... Alright, so they attacked me. Now, notice that basically the hero that's in the city also comes out to help, so Strike's Fire is going to basically help out in this battle as well as my hero here. I'm not sure if he's going to pop out first or whatnot, but we'll see. Alright, so these guys have the high ground. That's not exactly beneficial to me, but whatever. Now, note that these guys, they're basically short-range attackers, so they only have, like, short range to basically attack people at. They're not exactly as great as other, like, archers are in this game for attacking and such. Okay, this time around I'm going to move my marines all the way over here. I'm going to try and rely on militia to do my job here, so... Alright, so Strike's Fire has come out. Here's my other hero. So this guy, he's basically an infantry hero, and unlike my, ranged hero, this guy basically attacks him in melee, obviously, so I basically got to move him up to attack this guy over here. And I think we're going to we're going to have you move over here. You're just going to move up to here. You can move... Actually, you know what? We'll move you up here. You can move up here. And you can move over here. Alright, so apparently going after my marines over here. Tech typed. Both of them. I may want to keep my marines away so they don't get attacked. Now she's going to move in range of this guy, so we'll see attack here. And I'm thinking we're going to have to watch out for attacks over here. So, how about move these guys back for now? You're just gonna go after him. You're gonna try going for him. Everyone else will go after him. And launch. Oh, they're attacking my hero. Yeah, those guys gotta move back so they can't be attacked by these guys. And alright, there we go. We are imminently ranged this guy with my Necrophage hero. He had a nice little, like, attacking from below, but whatever, you did do enough damage anyways. You go after them, and everyone else goes after him, I guess. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have these guys attack this time, so they're gonna move up after this guy. Basically, this guy's gonna, like, move there, whatever, but these guys should be done this round, so it doesn't really matter. That's what I'm thinking here. I should probably note something, by the way. These guys just attacked in melee range, even though they're archers. Something I'll know about these guys is that even if, like, they're, like, in melee range, they'll still, like, do their archer type attack, basically. So that's what happened there with these guys. They basically arched this guy. Alright, we got him. And there we go. So I'm quite happy about that little battle there. We managed to get rid of the tech type, get some experience with my guys. Now, if I wanted to, I could try and upgrade these guys a little bit, but it basically costs money, and I don't really have a lot of money at the moment, so we're actually going to avoid doing that for now, I think. And good, he leveled up a little bit. So, the reason I got the Necrophage hero is so I can basically get more food, because food means I can, get more citizenry here in this, like, city. That's good. We're going to build a cellar after we build our Empire Mint. And the Altar of Uru is built. The Altar of Uru is a sacred building to those who live upon her. It is a center of ancient power from the times even before the Endless. By bringing her pearls here and unlocking the altar's blessing, powerful magical effects can be applied to a city, region, or empire. So basically got that so I can basically unlock stuff like here. So now I have more options here, like the pearl thing. How does this stuff work? You basically sort of determine what the winter effects will do. So basically, one of these guys, maybe the Eladia or the Draken, they're praying for negative health regeneration. Basically, you can sort of decide what you want basically to happen during like winter effects. So you can have like negative health regeneration, or this dust thing instead. So we're gonna have basically this happen. I'm fine with that happening, so we'll just leave it be. Now, I'll note that if you're praying for stuff, it's basically going to depend on how many turns has passed since the season start. So I basically have 8 pearls. I can basically pray 4 times, and that make this more likely to happen. You can basically pray what effects you want. Basically, is how these like pearls can be used. You can also use them to basically do stuff like this. So you can like try and unlock stuff. Not sure I'm gonna care about this stuff, but whatever. It's there. Alright, these guys gotta move a little bit. Let's go after... Well, I guess we'll move down over here. There's still this pearl over here I want to get at some point. I'm sort of happy that I'm in like a nice little, section of the world where, these guys aren't gonna be able to get my land over here. But I don't have a whole lot to explore. I feel it's like the only region over here I'll be able to explore. That's not exactly good, I don't think. I may have to go explore elsewhere by ship on sea. Essentially, I'd have to get like, where is it? Yeah, there's basically this like tech that lets you basically use ships. So I'd have to get this so I can like explore around on the sea. So I may have to do that at some point. We'll see. I may just keep my hero at home, and that's fine too. Alright, there's my cellar getting built. So we'll build a cellar. And you're gonna go over to this pearl. So there's our pearl. We got 1 pearl from that stack. That kind of sucks, but oh well. It's so random how many pearls you basically get, but you know, whatever. Nice, dust. Dust is great. That lets me buy stuff. Hey, there's a nice little approval rating. Hey, there's 1 tier too. So there's some nice, like, you know, stuff to get. Found nothing at that location, but oh well. You know, thinking about it, it'd probably be wise to try and sell up this territory first, before going after these territories, because this one's closer to Delay and the Draken. And if they sell this territory, I'm going to be able to sell it, and I don't have a whole lot of land to sell in the first place, so getting this land might be a priority for me. Alright, let's go here. 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 Alright, diplomacy by other means. Whether or not you believe the war is useful pursuit, you may be up against those who are convinced of it. To get this minor faction respect, you must show them how to deploy, develop, and instruct your troops. Alright, so this basically is telling me to basically get 4 of 5 existing unit classes in my Empire garrisons. So basically what they want me to do, they want me to build a bunch of, like, you know, different troop types and have them, like, all garrisoned at the same time. Not too hard to do. Now, I'll note that sometimes it's easier to crush these things. I might crush these guys because I've already crushed 1 of their villages, but, you know, it's something that, you know, I can basically pursue if I need to. And you know what? Let's actually start going into this. We're going to go build some Dawn officers and our Marine. We'll start getting my troops built at this point. Okay, we got the central market, so that's going to be something I can build at some point. Alright, so apparently this guy defeated 10 armies to Draken already, so he basically destroyed 10 armies somewhere and got in tactical training, which is basically a nice little boost to himself. Basically, some initiative when attacking. Let's go up here. And yeah, look at that. That's basically it for this area over here. So this basically is like, you know, the extent of the map for me, more or less. I should probably note, if I want to, I can go over to Draken's territory, and the Draken territory will actually let me explore around in their territory because they don't have, like, closed borders to me, and they can't attack me, so I can, you know, go over there sort of freely anyways. So I might just do that. Okay, we built that cellar. Now, where would I build a city over here? There's basically 2 anomalies, but they're in terrible places, so to speak. Well, I may want this one for the approval. I guess what we're going to do with this guy, we'll have him go, up to here, I guess. You know what? Let's actually start sending you over to this direction then. I can use this guy to clear out one of these villages and, like, you know, I've already filled the quest for these guys, so the faster I destroy these guys, the better, more or less. And let's retrofit these guys. So this guy now has got basically the upgraded stuff. He's going to be, like, you know, a much more decked up Marine. Cost me money to do it, but whatever. It's worth it to keep the, you know, the units alive. I actually don't mind my heroes get injured so much, so I'm actually okay to let them be a little unupgraded for, you know, the beginning part of the game. I'll actually sit them in there for now, so they're on the same tile. Okay, you're gonna go right there. And then we're gonna build our city. Right there. So there we go. And I'll note that we got some driders over here. We're just going to send you all the way up over here now. Whoop, I have to walk all the way around. I guess we'll do that first. So I'll note that this territory is now mine up here, and I took this territory for a simple reason that it prevents these guys from taking it. Then I can like focus on getting these at my leisure, sort of. Sort of, being the operative word. It is possible that these guys get shipyards and like, you know, walk over here, or this guy particularly, he could build a settler and like send him over there manually for my territory. They will do that, the AI, if they don't have like other land to get, so have to be careful of them. They can be sneaky. Alright, you get to go after the driders, I guess. You gonna attack me? So I attack you. Alright, so much like, you know, with like this like city over here, I'm gonna have my militia come out to help. We're attacking 2 driders, which are basically support units. This should be a fairly easy fight, so nothing really to worry about. We're gonna have, now note that these guys, they basically have a range attack, so they basically will, you know, come to attack me at range. And unfortunately, I have the lower initiative, so I can't really stay on these hills. What we're gonna have to do... I'm gonna let these guys move forward. It's a plan. So these guys will basically hold position where they are right now. And I'm gonna have these guys march out to attack these guys, the militia. Charge! They're going after that militia, apparently. So there's their ranged attack. Alright, what we're going to do here, I'm going to have these guys attack these guys up here. So you're going to go right up there. And you are going to go... We'll have you go up there as well. We're just going to snipe these guys from down there. That's what the plan will be. Oh, they went for the wrong target. There's the driders getting attacked from the high ground. Now notice that this guy sort of attacked both these units here. That's basically a special ability that these guys have. It only triggers once. And there goes the drider. Alright, we're gonna have basically everyone gangbang this guy now. That's a great choice of words that is used, but whatever. Okay, so we're going to use a ranged attack. Ranged attack. And the militia will get in there and start doing their attacks. And finish it. So there goes the Drider army. A little bit more experience for those guys. Now, note by the way that the militia also gets experience for killing stuff, so they're also like units, except that you can't move them out of the cities. That's basically how they play. If I want to, I can probably with these guys. This village is impressed by your science and weapons, but they are not accustomed to bowing before others. The leader is clear on this. Our allegiance must be earned. Prove it to us that you're wise to manage your city, and we will think about having you help manage your village. Oh, okay, so this guy wants me to produce 5 food, industry, science, dust, and influence in a city of Wester for a period of 5 turns. Alright, so this is like a city type of thing, and you can basically get this if you're trying to parlay to him while you don't actually have him, like, you know, in like your empire yet. What they want me to do is just basically produce 5 influence and other stuff and all this other stuff going on. So, that's interesting. We'll just get for food for now, I guess. But when I get the chance, I'll basically get this stuff being produced over here, and that'll be great. Easy to get one, more or less. So we'll try not to kill these guys just yet, more or less. And let's see here. I'm thinking. I think it might be a good idea to start, you know, destroying these guys over here at some point. So maybe I'll send my hero over here to start doing that. Decisions, you know. Oh, look at that. Our glass steel booster ended. Sure, we'll reactivate again, and this will basically get me more gold, which will be useful in the long run. These guys are ready to go, so we got ourselves the, you know, these guys that has built the Dawn Officers. They can go join up with the other guys over here. There's apparently Tektites on this mountain. That's a bit worrying, but whatever. But yeah, now these guys basically joined up together. That's cool. Alright, awesome. And apparently someone built a harvester here, so be the first to gather at least 3 units of 1 luxury resource at the end of a turn in order to get units resource. Lucky whoever who did that. And, let's see. You know what? What I want to do right now, I think we're going to go for roads, because I'm building, you know... I should probably note, by the way, if I look at the city here, it's content, it's basically got -20 expansion disapproval, so... I basically built 2 towns, and that's like how fast I expanded here, so, I could build 2 more towns down here, but I'm wondering if I should, like, you know, do that real quick or not, is the thing. And since Assad has Tektites, let's go up against them, if possible. Now, interestingly enough, note that basically both the cities are attacking here, because both these cities are actually in range of my army that's attacking the Tektites here. And something else to note, if you know you're going to win a battle and you're not really interested in fighting it, you can just basically auto it, or you can spectator it. Let's actually do spectator, so you can basically see how my AI will start for you. So let's spectator battle. So I'm actually not going to actually manage this battle. It'll actually be managed by my AI instead. So there you go. They're going to basically, you know, send a Dawn Officers to attack these guys real quick. So these are the guys that built the Dawn Officers. They're pretty fast, as you can see. And there's the Marines going out. I don't know why to put all my other guys so far back and the Dawn Officers up front, but whatever. AI is going to AI. Well, look at this. They're going to go another strike. Hopefully my Dawn Officers survived this. They're actually taking a real beating here, but whatever. Oh, look at that. They're going to finish off that guy for me. And... there goes that Tektite. This next phase should finish this for sure. Now, these guys, the Dawn Officers, they're actually really good at killing archer units. That's why we're doing so much damage to these guys here. And there goes the Tektites. They're done. So that's how the AI basically AI'd the battle there for me. I was spectating it. That was fun to do. You're moving System Mercy in my territory, apparently, over here. Alright, how would you get going over here? Oh! Look at that. So, they actually went to my ruins here to Sisters of Mercy, and they got clobbered by these guys who just popped out. So, these guys popped out and just clobbered them. I might want to deal with them at some point, but we'll wait till I get my units here. Empire Plan. So note that, like, the first time around, I was only able to get, like, Tier 1 stuff here. I've gotten to the point where I'm not going to get, like, Tier 2 stuff. So, note that the influence goes up as, like, you get bigger and bigger. But, basically, if I want to get, like, you know, Tier 2 stuff, I can get, like, you know, influence in cities down here. I can get building, buyout reduction, attack on units, building production costs, and all that. I'm going to keep it as is for the most part, but more or less that's what it's going to end up being. And we'll go one more turn. And there we go. Alright, you get to be upgraded apparently. Let's get you, I really wish I had Disra already, but the unit cost reduction, but I think we're just going to keep going for... Well, I guess we'll get this now because I want to get the other stuff up here, but it would be nice to get this while it's building units for, Strikes Fire, but whatever. It's, you know, whatever. Whatever. Alright, these guys will pop out. So I've got a yellow army. Those yellow armies, by the way, they're like quest-specific armies. They basically pop out for quests and such. I think I'll try and kill those guys if possible, so we'll send these guys over here. You can join them. And... where are they in my territory, I wonder? They must be up here somewhere, I guess. Alright, I'm going to start building, I think, at this point, the Central Market. That'll get me more happiness in this area, and then we'll get the Glory of the Empire for more influence gain. Down here, I think we'll start building the Alice ones, so basically we can get, like, you know, their benefits. Now, note, by the way, I'm losing lots of money because I have a lot of military upkeep at this point. Basically, you lose a lot of money for, like, each time your heroes get upgraded and, like, your units get upgraded. But it's all pretty good to basically keep going on to get your guys upgraded and such, because you know, stronger you are, the better for killing stuff. And you need to have a fairly decent army. It's a fairly decent army for killing stuff for now. Alright, this is actually a good saving point, I think. So let's actually save at this point. And I'll see you guys next time. For now, take care.